Hello friends, my name is Virender and welcome you to my YouTube channel Cloud Ninja. So in this video we'll study about Amazon S3 and what are its different type of storage which we can use and what are the different use cases for that. So let's move on to the slide and see that what are the different type of storage in AWS Cloud and S3. So there are basically three type of storage. The first one is active data which we basically use for the active data. We name it as you know S3 standard if you are having active data which you are accessing frequently on a daily basis, like for your website or for managing any kind of videos. In that case, you can go ahead and use S3 standard. And for infrequently accessed data which you are not accessing frequently or live data is there, you can go for standard infrequent access, and this is basically infrequent access is cheaper than the standard S3 because this is AWS has to manage your live data. For actually archiving the data, if you need to retain your data as per the retention policy of your organization, you can use the Amazon Glacier. So in case of standard S3, in case of big data analytics, content distribution for your website, in case of static website, or case of dynamic content onto your website, you can go ahead and use the standard S3 standard because that is actually about your live data and active data. In case of infrequently accessed data, you can use as a standard infrequent access for backup and archive, for disaster recovery in case of disaster and you need to access or backup the whole data. So in case of long-term drain data, you can go ahead and use the standard IA. So what are the three types? Standard S3, S3 standard, standard infrequent access, and then for archiving data, we have Amazon Glacier. So it is basically for the long-term archivals, digital preservation, where you're having some policies that you need to maintain this particular record for 3 years or 5 years, or you need to archive your data wherein we will require it on a need basis in case of any legal or regulatory requirements. You need to access that. In case that, you can use this Amazon Glacier for that. So these are the basically three type of choice of storage within the S3 only, which we call as object storage, depending on our need. And this one, Amazon Glacier, is most cheaper because in that case you will be accessing your data occasionally only. And infrequent access is expensive than Amazon Glacier, and S3 standard is basically expensive than these two. So let's see that just to give you an overview or feel about that, these are the three type of storage I have created in bucket. I have created a bucket and Cloud Ninja. So in that case, I have uploaded three kind of objects with different type of storage class. You can see that this particular AWS console JPG is stored with the standard storage, and this IoT key is stored as a standard infrequent accesses, and this VPZ in the ENG is reduced redundancy storage. So in that case, you are paying the type of storage you'll be using in that case, in case of S3. So we'll see that, in case of S3, there is a concept called as versioning, which is basically, maintains the different version of your file and prevents the deletion of your files or accident deletion of your files. So basically, versioning allows you to preserve, retrieve, store every version of the object which is stored in the bucket. This provides actually an additional level of protection by providing a means of recovery for accidental overwrites or expiration. So in that case, you need to remember that whenever you create a bucket into the Amazon S3, like in the previous slide, we have created a bucket Cloud Ninja. In that case, you can enable a versioning onto that. So remember that versioning cannot be deleted; it can be suspended only. So if you want to delete the versioning, you need actually to delete the bucket. Only then you'll be able to delete the versioning onto the particular bucket. So basically it protects the data in case got deleted by chance, and you will be able to recover from the previous version which it maintains. protect in case of application logic failures, and whenever you upload a new file, you'll get a new version for that. So in that case, you'll be able to preserve your original file. With a single click, actually, you'll be able to delete, actually recover the objects which are deleted. Quickly roll back to the previous version. Version is basically nothing. Whenever you create objects in the S3, if you are using this feature versioning in S3, so basically you are putting an extra protection onto your files, for which definitely Amazon will charge you, but it helps that in case of accidental deletion of files, you will be able to recover those files, because those versions of those particular files AWS will be maintaining for you. So the another is lifecycle management in S3, which is basically managing the life cycle of your objects. And you can actually create a rule over here that if an object is stored in standard, in that case, after how many days, if the data is not accessed, or in that case, you can move it to the standard infrequently accessed. And then after the 60 days of the object uploaded, you can move it to the glacier. Move it to the glacier, and the versioning is basically help you to decide that okay, this data is not let's say the data is in bucket is using the standard S3 or S3 standards. In that case, after 30 days, move that particular data into the infrequent access. So this will help you in saving cost, because if the data is not being frequently accessed, you can move it to the infrequent access. So this particular rule will transition the object to the standard infrequent access. So after the 60 days, you can that okay, once the 60 days after the object uploaded, you can move it to the glacier. This will further bring your cost down, and the object would be object class glacier. And after that, you can again specify a rule that okay, after 61 days of after the object uploaded, or 1 day after the moving to the glacier, or any number of days you want to decide that if your data will be no longer usable, you can move that particular object to the deletion. So what we are trying to do through the lifecycle management is that by using these particular lifecycle rules, help us to automatically transition the objects to the standard infrequent access, or into the glacier after a specified number of time. So basically, in these days, what AWS or Amazon is giving you a feature that okay, when you have uploaded the data into the S3, so it basically applies an analysis or analytics onto your data, and guide you or give you the tips that okay, this particular data out of this particular, let's say you're having a 60 GB data into your S3 bucket, and it can give you the analytics that okay, out of the 60 GB data, this particular 20 GB data you can move to the infrequent access, and then this particular data is not being accessed from a long time, you can move into the glacier, and similarly vice versa. So in that case, you'll be able to actually save your cost, and will help you to invest that money in some other area. So these are the basically things we studied in different type of storages available in S3, like standard will be used for the S3. For the active data, infrequent would be standard IA would be for the infrequent access data, and for long-term archives, we have this glacier storage. And the other thing we studied is versioning, which helps us in recovering the deleted files, and the third one we studied is life cycle management through the life cycle rules, which will actually help us to save the cost. So thank you, friends. Thank you for watching this video. If you really like this video, please hit the like button, do share it with your friends, and please do subscribe to our channel Cloud Ninja, so that you can get updates about the subsequent videos. Thank you, friends. Thank you for